Right, here we are again in Cornwall. The last post was of St Michael's Mount, and so I thought I'd come back. This is going to be Land's End, and I've got to be careful to leave the white of the paper here and there. And what's striking with Cornwall are the colour of the water, like a turquoise. That is just amazing, really. Every time I go down that area, that's what's striking. You get something similar in Pembrokeshire, but not quite like Cornwall. And I'm just roughing in at this stage. Now, I don't want to go too much, because like I say, you can easily go over the water here if you're not careful, and the white rather, and then you lose the effect. So you've got to try to restrain yourself. And that's about it, really. Now then, what I want is a different kind of blue now. That's going to be like a shadow. And so I'm putting a bit of mauve. So this will be a different kind of blue altogether. Light's going to be coming from here. So it's going to cast a shadow over here. So, and we're nearly done, really. It's about all we can do at this stage. So let's have a look. And then that will cast a shadow there too. Cast shadow. Sun is coming up to the left. And having done that, all we can do now is more or less just leave that. And I've put masking tape on here to give a bit of a straight edge. So let's peel that off very gently. Very gently. There we go. And about that easy as that, really, to get a straight line. And I've just got to be content for that to dry before I go on to another stage. Right, back to Land's End. And some years ago, I had the mad idea of starting in Somerset and going all the way around to Devon and down to Cornwall. And we began in Pollockweir, and after a few days ended up in Land's End in the evening, and beautiful, glorious evening. And on the way gathered a number of material, sketches, quick sketches, photographs, whatever, just material to work on. Now then, you see what I'm going to do here. Watch, this is easy with rocks. All you do is I've put a bit of sienna in, and then I'm going to put a bit of light red in, and you watch what will happen here now. I'll put that in as well, because the rocks are a lovely colour down that end. And then what I'll do, I'll put a bit of blue on there, a bit of ultramarine, and it will mix actually on the paper. And I've got to leave it gadget. I'll come up with some white gouache later to get the effect. And you'll see in the finished painting how the effect of that. And all I want to do now is get a bit of that green on the top here. And really that's the first stage. And you just leave it like that. Then I'll come in and accentuate in here with a rigger brush. And so now what we'll do is, before that goes off, I want to get some dark in here. I don't want this to compete with this, so I'm keeping it on the dark side. And I think that'll be enough for there, actually. Right, so now then, this is the star of the show here. So let's have a look. The light is coming from the left here, so that'll be more in light. And then the redness in the rock will come from this side and round here. And this is the beauty of watercolour. You're dropping it in while it's wet and letting the water really mix it. It's like two of you working together with watercolour. There's yourself and the actual water. And mine is a bit unpredictable, so you don't know what it's going to do. So you fly by the seat of your pants often, and but still, that's part of the fun of it and the adventure of it. It's a bit that unpredictable, and it all adds to the experience. And you'll see in the finished painting how I'll accentuate all of this. And now we'll get some cliffs. The same thing I'm doing again here. I'm just dropping in some sienna, then a bit of red, light red or cadmium red, doesn't matter really. Just so, and it dries that 50% lighter. You've always got to remember that it's going to dry so much lighter. And so the next session will just be accentuating here and there, and that's all there is to it really. It's, you know, people get so stressed out with watercolour, and really it's a bit like learning to swim. I often say you've got to learn to trust the water and go with the water and just enjoy it. And let's have a look here now. I'm going to just get some grass in here, and you'll see in the finished painting what I'll do. I'll tint some white gouache, and I'll tint it with a green, and that will come up against that light. But really, we're more or less done. Now, we can't do any more than this, and that's the thing with watercolour. You've got to know when you've got to stop, and it's all going to go to mud otherwise. So you've got to leave it like that, and that's about it until I come back and you'll see the finished painting.